Hey folks, Sylvia's here. We are back for Exile. Now I gotta pull up my list of what I did in my videos. This should be Exile 12. So here we are. So last we ended up in these little mountains. Those dudes are gonna be hostile. Let's put them on the rocks. Alright, soldiers and Empire archers. Depending on how many Empire archers, this could be doable. Keyword is how many Empire archers? Is it just one? That's amazing. This is the greatest day of my life. Not really. That would be really sad if there just being one powerful enemy was actually the greatest day of my life. That would make me a sad, sad person, I suppose. Whew, boy. Am I missing Bless? I don't think I ever cast normal Bless. I usually use Major Bless. I'm pretty sure Major Bless. Yeah, Major Blessing. So it is a mage spell. I'm probably missing it. Hold on. Minor haste, strength. What's strength do? Works like the priest spell Bless? So it's a priest spell? Really? Well, we're gonna cast it on who? Minor poison, flame, slow, dumbfound, and venom, stinking cloud. Actually, we're gonna drop a stinking cloud on the Empire Archer. That didn't really do anything, which is cool. Bless. Fascinating. Alright, we're gonna bless Avatar. I think he's probably the best bet. Avatar is gonna be my my dedicated hunt down the Empire Archer dude. It's moderately disappointing. I should have had Cardio take a step back. That was a really solid fireball, though. So fun little factoid here for you guys, though. So, like, I'm running this in a virtual machine, VMware it's called. VMware Workstation, specifically. I don't know if that makes a difference for anybody. This is like a paid program you have to purchase or acquire in some other means. I don't judge, but it would be wrong to do anything illegal. I just want you guys to know that. Don't do things that are illegal. That would be wrong. But anyway, so I use this in a virtual machine running a Windows 2000 Professional Edition. Huh. That is what I'm using. I just kind of assumed I was running Windows XP, but no, I'm running Windows 2000 Professional Edition. Fascinating. I don't know why I find that fascinating, but I find that fascinating. Good job. We're gonna have Sylvius move up into... Oops, that was stupid of me. Boom. Those were beautiful hits right there. And now he can't do anything because he's going to keep trying to make melee attacks. Have I scribed the Empire Archers? I don't think I did. Komodo, get me a scry spell. So anyway, I feel like it's probably reasonable to assume that people haven't used a virtual machine before, because, you know, they're a very specific thing that you probably don't need under almost all circumstances. Beautiful. Avatar leveled up. So the way this works is it's like running. It's literally running a virtual. Oh, God, I just walked through the the stinking cloud. Luckily, it seems to have not overrid the blessing. That guy's just not dying. And cardiorespiratory just can't do it. Alright, 42 gold. Ugh, cracking my neck right there. 78. 102. 138. 158. 208. 228. Nice. 250. 310. And 10 food. Not bad at all. That was a very, very solid experience we just had right there. By the way, my plan right now is to head back to the Storm Port area. Goal being to spend my money on the pawnbroker. We're going to do that little trick. And then we're going to come back and we'll see how things go at that point. Actually, we're going to stop here because I think I have some stuff to sell. Anyway, so yeah, this is like actually running a like individual separate computer on my computer. Which means like if I get a virus on this, for instance, or others like spyware or something, it will only affect the virtual machine, unless it's a particularly like potent one that somehow manages to cross, which is, I suppose, possible. I'm sure if I tried really hard, I could somehow like wreck my actual computer through this thing too, but we're not going to try that. We're just going to let that happen. But, so I mentioned this though, because I leave this paused. Like, I don't shut this whole thing down, essentially. What I do is, I guess you guys can't see it, but up here there's like a little thing that just pauses it and like saves it, essentially. And then it's, just paused. Do we want... Is it this person I want to talk to? No, it's not. It's this person I want to talk to. Yes. You meet a middle-aged woman with long dark hair and an air of command. She wears a long, flowing, very professional dress. Just real quick. I'm trying to visualize what a long, flowing, very professional dress would be. Not that I'm like an expert on fashion, but a long, flowing dress would be like a dress with like a tail, almost like a bridal dress, something that you would wear like to like a, upper class ball. But I'm not sure how that would also be professional. Anyway, we're just going off on a little tangent there. She stands and shakes your hand. I'm Dellen. Welcome to my office. I don't know how you can have two N's in a row in your name. I run the Golddale Mining Company, challenging but rewarding work. There is much wealth on the ground and many monsters interested in it. We often pay adventurers to undertake missions for us. Our mine is to the northeast, but it has been taken over by a band of strange lizard people. They are led by a chieftain who wields a huge spear and commands several lizard mages. Slay the lizard people's chief and drive the rest out of the mine, and I will reward you well. We will go do that. So that is, I think, my plan for this video. Although I might actually, this might end up being a slightly short video because I don't want to split that into two parts. So I might do some minor things before we get there, and then end the video, and in the next video we'll be clearing that place. Anyway, we got some levels up here. I'm going to give Cardio 2 in Bashing and store the next one. Jill, I'm going to give 2 in Bashing, 4 in Bashing, 5 in Bashing. Sylvius, Dex, Edged. Meow. Archery. And Strength. Avatar. Avatar's just all around solid. I'm going to give him a put into Assassination and then store 1. And then Komodo hasn't leveled up. Okay. So we still have 4,150 gold, which is sufficient. We might also get ourselves into a random encounter on the way. And if so, that would be awesome. It also looks like there's a couple of things here that Oh, look, random encounter. Woo. Also, I'm kind of like excited about not having random encounters that force me to push forward all the time. I like letting them come to me. Not having mages, not having other stupid annoying crap. Have we scryed bears and ogres? Bear. Ogre. Good job, guys. We'll throw a wound spell. Yeah, let's just go with the fireball. Let's just go with it. Good job, guys. And 14 gold. Now, somewhere around here, there should be a little... Okay, I must have done this event already. That, or I determined I couldn't do it. So we're going to just double check. I apparently determined that I couldn't do it. Someone dug out a crude mine here. The roof isn't held up by anything, and it looks like it's been dug out not with picks and shovels, but with huge claws. Enter it. You poke around the mine and find no guards. You also find the mine still has plenty of nice gold ore left. Take a while to dig some out? Yes. So we're starting with 4164. So each time I do this, I'm getting 100 gold. And I can do this several times. You've played the vein out. You emerge from the mine happily, lugging along your sacks of gold ore. When you get outside, however, you find the owners of the mine waiting for you. Having let you do their mining for them, they proceed to mug you. So we got Goblin Fighters and Orsagai, who I have scryed. Now, this we're definitely going to let them come to us. And we're going to definitely blast them with fireballs. Although I probably should have had Jill, I'm sorry, cardiorespiratory, lob a wound spell up there. I don't know if I want to shoot the fireball now, or maybe cast some kind of like defensive. Let's just go with the fireball. I know fireball is a solid option. Avatar got some kills in. That is a lot of Versagai. Alright. Bless on Sylvius. Jill. Fireball. You know, the sort of annoying thing in this situation is that the Ursagai are the, like, huge major threat here. But that doesn't mean the Goblin Fighters aren't a threat. Like, they do hit moderately hard, and they do hit pretty consistently, and then the poison is also a pretty solid threat, too. Okay. Now, cardio, what are you going to do? You've already blessed Sylvius. We could... Holy Scourge? What's that do? The spell gives the victim a powerful curse. That's not what I want. Cure disease. Awaken. Disease. Wound. Light. Curse. Cure poison. Bless. Do I bless somebody else, or do I just lob a wound spell? I think I'm just going to lob a wound spell. Possibly a risky move. Jill's just going straight with the fireballs. Hits 3 Ursagai and 3 goblins. Hits 3 Ursagai and 3 goblins. Yep. Well, Sylvia should do a little bit better now that he's been blessed. Sylvia's doing a lot better now that he's been blessed. And I'm going to have Komodo cast a Stinking Cloud. I I wonder if they'll run through it or not. Alright, Avatar getting poisoned wasn't exactly the best thing in the world. Did I just miss? Oh, I misclicked right there. That was awesome. Okay, let's pretend that didn't happen. Oh, I could have done better down here. Bummer. Really? Really, dude? Gonna just throw another Stinking Cloud, to be honest. Alright, let's try to actually cast my spell correctly this time. Improvement. And Jill is now well out of mana. Spell points, whatever. Alright, and Fireball seems like a good option. Why are they, like, so intently sticking to that side? I don't get it. Okay. Maybe that will... they're really sticking to just the right side there. Yeah, everybody just... Wow, and then nobody hit that one? Just got nothing. Nice hit, Sylvius. What are they doing? I guess they're struggling to get through the Sting Clouds, it looks like. This is kind of hilarious, actually. Although I should have been having Sylvius fire arrows this whole time. I don't know why I wasn't. Dead! Why are my people not getting their chance to attack them? I don't get it. And arrow for you. I don't know why I didn't do that, but whatever. Don't want to, This is, like, kind of funny. Just lava wounds about him. Alright, well, at this point, it's pretty clear that I've won this fight. You're still being annoying. There we go. Wow, and then he mauled Cardio. Yo, that was the best end to that fight ever. I get to reload and do that fight over because of that. That was awesome. That was me just being like, it probably won't kill me. Like an idiot. And then just not wanting to have, I didn't want Komodo to get the experience points. That was awesome. I'm actually going to reload again because I don't want to fight with that rock in front of my face. Oh, that was awesome. Wait a second. The amount of gold I get out of this is random. Because that one I only was able to do it twice. Really? So the first time I got like 900 gold, I think. Okay, this is fascinating. I probably should have just saved right there. Oh look, the stupid rock is in the way again. Well, we'll do it the old-fashioned way. Throw a Bless on Sylvius. Fireball. Ugh, man, I can't believe I screwed that up like that. You know what the sad part is? I don't actually have any trouble believing that I did that. Like, that's just par of the course for me sometimes. Alright, and and fireballs. Well, anyway, going back to what I was saying about this whole, like, virtual machine contraption. For whatever reason, my recording program, when the virtual machine is paused, which means, like, the whole thing is unoperational. Time, like, the clock on it won't change, nothing happens. My recording program won't recognize that it's doing anything. So my recording program won't even like recognize it as an entity that it can record. When it's paused, however, like I left this, wherever the cursor is, whatever the clock is, it just becomes like a black and white image. So there's still an image. My recording program just can't look at that image for whatever reason, which I find kind of interesting. That's a good fireball right there. Although the Ursa guy took hardly any damage from it. Thinking I want to also bless... Whoops. I'm glad that it didn't just let me cast it on nobody, like that wound spell from last time. Okay, that went well. I have no complaints. No complaints. Jill is a little bit injured, though, which isn't exactly great. You know, cardiorespiratory is going to bless herself. And Jill's going to go right there. We are going to throw a stinking cloud right there. They do seem to be hesitant about walking through the stinking cloud, which is kind of cool. I like that. It does give me like a more traditional like Dungeons and Dragons like crowd control type thing going on here. I say that, but I would actually prefer it though if they would just run through it. Because I do want them to just get cursed and then enter melee range while being bad at melee so that they'll die. Funneling them is kind of nice, but I'd prefer them to just enter melee slowly and then die, as opposed to standing around doing nothing, which is kind of what they're doing. Boom. You didn't successfully kill that. Well, it is good to know, though, that I don't have to worry about, like, keeping the people over on this side in defensive, because the stinking cloud is there, they won't advance. And an arrow for you. And then he just casually walks into the stinking cloud. I don't understand. I just don't understand. Good arrow. I'm gonna have Jill cast Bless once I find it again. This is the wrong spell list, that's why I can't find it. On who? Jill's gonna cast Bless on herself. It's kind of annoying that the most dangerous enemies are the ones that are still alive. And are just being thwarted incredibly by this, like, tiny bit of stinking cloud. It's kind of funny. And an arrow for you. Nice. Sylvia's leveled up. Nice. Yeah, we got this. Now, as long as I don't act like an idiot, we've got this fight in the bag at this point. And yet, they're still just being wrecked by that stinking cloud. It's kind of funny. You're not gonna kill him, but... Oh, wow. He must have been hurt by a fireball. Boom. Wait. Hold position, wait, and there we go. And an arrow for you. Boom. And an arrow for you. Okay, so I'm pretty sure he can't do 26 points of damage to Jill. Especially since he's dead. 8, 17, 25, 31, 43, 51, 56, 71, 86, 97, 107, 116, 132, 140. Not a lot of gold. We got food, a potion, more food, a great helm, and then 2 pieces of junk that we're not going to bother picking up. I am, however, glad because that took a decent amount of time. And there should be a, like a little trigger event encounter thing somewhere around here. And also, there should be a... Nope, it's over this way, I think. Ugh. I would really like to not fight them at these spots. Sometimes they're nice, and other times they're not. Also, I'm definitely doing this wrong right now, because I'm dividing my people stupidly. Great balls of fire. Goodbye, Mr. Goblin. Mr. Goblin, you barely managed to die. And fireball for... Change of plans. Sleep cloud. Oh, and the other one walked into it? That's awesome. What an idiot. Oh no, I guess it was the same one. So monsters that are asleep, it's like automatic critical hit against them or something. Because they take tons of extra damage. Which I'm not really showcasing well with my 2 weak hits that I just did on it, but trust me, they take way more damage when they're in that mode. Sleeping cloud. And my people all have that thing that makes them not fall asleep, which is awesome. I'm getting like slightly concerned that Sylvia's going to end up dead. Arrow for you, who may or may not be asleep any longer. And just to play it safe. And Jill is getting mobbed. forgot to fire an arrow. And a sleep cloud for you. Sleep clouds for everybody. That's how we'll handle this situation. There we go. Everybody's dead. Small amount of gold and a pair of gloves, it looks like. Yeah, to be honest, that fight didn't go particularly well. Although, again, I'm going to blame most of that not going well on the fact that I split my party stupidly. Well, there should be a right here. You find a cave, there's bits of fur and filth around the entrance, and reek from inside is distinctly fresh. Enter. You step carefully in the lair and find something not at all surprising. It's a family of Versailles and their goblin slaves' grooms. The inevitable combat occurs. I'm glad that we're, like this. So, bless on cardio. And bless on Jill. Yeah, I really need to be using bless more, because it's a solid option. Oh, actually, there's a decent amount of them. And since we found out recently how amazingly awesome sleep clouds are, we're going to make more use of those. Just not exactly right away. Because I don't want the clouds to funnel them in again. I want them to come at me, and then I'll hit them with sleep clouds once they get close. And then Sylvius immediately gets mauled, because why not? I should have done this last turn, but we're going to also bless Sylvius. Yeah, bless is also really solid. I need to be using these spells more often. I'm usually not a big fan of buff spells or like debuff spells unless I like have to be using them. I prefer to just have my people be good enough to just hit them in the face and kill them. I like to rely, like, I mean, obviously not in this game because this is, you know, not how this game works, but I prefer to kind of just have like passive abilities on my characters in most RPGs. Go with like passives, mostly passives, and then like 1 or 2 activated abilities that are like my main damage dealers, and then maybe like 2 or 3 situational activated abilities. And then just, I like my characters to just be like simply strong and not need to rely on a lot of other things. So I don't like having to, like, before I go into a fight, cast a whole bunch of buff spells. Because it's annoying, because your character ends up being, like, sort of frail unless those buffs are cast. So when you get into, like, an average fight against relatively weak enemies, you still need to cast the buff spells because your characters will struggle with just, like, regular goblins or something. And that makes the fight take longer. And I'm all about impatience and just, you know, being like, let's just do it. Just do it. Let's get this done. And you're asleep. Alright, I guess we're moving up. Since I don't seem to have a choice in the matter. Wow, I'm surprised that didn't die. And guess who else is asleep? Boom. Yeah, God. Why haven't I been using the spell? And here's the other problem I have with debuff spells, right? Like, that sleep cloud was just crushing those guys, right? And then I'm going to fight an enemy that doesn't fall asleep. And I'm going to be so used to hitting them with sleep clouds, and then just being it like a, you know, oh, I can do this with my eyes closed. I want to get killed. 10, 21, 34, 49, 59, 69, 81. And then some food and a pair of gauntlets. Having defeated the monsters, you search the lair. There's shredded, rotted meat aplenty. You leave that. There's a bunch of gold. You take that. There's also a very nice mace. The looting done. You leave the Grizzly Caverns. So now we've got a decent amount of gold here. We'll fight those guys, I guess. And then there's another group coming in for me, coming at me from behind. Okay. I'm just checking to make sure my recording program hasn't been like, oh, decided to stop working. It does that sometimes, you know? And a nice little arrow for you. I wonder how the strength spell compares to the blesses. Should probably have tried it. Sylvius is actually still wounded. I didn't even realize that at first. Looks like only one Ursat guy. Wait. Ooh, hey, they're coming at me from the other side. I didn't even see that until just now. Boom. Good to know that the, like, extra heavy damage from them being asleep kicks in immediately. Unlike Bless, when I bless one of my people, it has to go a turn for the Bless to, like, kick in. Same with a haste effect. But debuffing them with sleep kicks in immediately. I wonder if that works for curses, too. Unfortunately, the effects from cursing them, while longer lasting, aren't as, like, eye-opening, so I can't really test that well. Because, like, I can still miss against an enemy that's just been cursed. Alright, we'll have you just go over there and finish that dude. Wow, instead you got hit by that dude. There we go. 21, 30, 36, and some food. 36, there we go. And he didn't drop anything. And then we got another group right here. Having two groups come in like that is usually not exactly great. Doesn't give you an opportunity to heal or to restore SP. Now this is a little bit more of a dangerous group. And we're gonna cast that. That strength spell looks like it's probably gonna suck. I'm not even gonna bother, to be honest. Well, whatever. Sylvia's stronger, it says. They're just refuse to come at me straight on. They just keep trying to, like, come around at the side at me. It's kind of annoying, to be honest. Wrong button. That's the one I want. Sleep Cloud. And an arrow for you. Wait. Sleep Cloud. Okay, I didn't realize there was another one. That may have been not great. Yep. Wait. Ooh, no spell points. I suppose Jill could have done it, but it doesn't matter. I'm sure we'll be fine. Famous last words. I mean, 3 of my people are blessed, and it's just one enemy. There we go. And Meow leveled up. Small amount of gold and a potion of unknown variety. Alright, we're bailing at this point. We may or may not get into another fight on the way out, but nope, we're good. And now off to Stormport to spend my my loot. My gold, I should say. And buy. Magic breastplate, Onyx charm. What's that do? Magic resistance. That's a pretty solid option. Giant gauntlets are a pretty solid option too. Giant strength and ring of speed. What's that one do? Higher speed. Dude, it's like I'm just buying those 3 things and we're done. We're just done. Trying to decide who would make the best use out of the ring of speed. I feel like it's not Jill, Cardio, or Sylvius. It's probably Meow or Avatar. Yeah, probably. I think the Ring of Speed adds 1 extra action point per turn, which would give any of those people 5. That's not enough to cast a spell and then be able to do anything else. Obviously, like, you can move before you cast a spell, but casting, I think, Priest and Mage spells takes 5 action points. It might take 6, though. So I would need 6 action points if it's 5 to be able to cast and then either cast again or cast and, like, take a step or cast and then do a physical attack. So I would need 6 minimum to do that. Meanwhile, Sylvius already has the ability to shoot the arrows, which leaves him with 1 so that he can arrow an arrow or he can arrow in physical attack. Giving him an additional 1 doesn't really serve him a purpose. Meow could get 1, but on the other hand, Meow is going to also eventually, once I manage to buy 1, get a bow and arrow. So we're going to give the Ring of Speed to Avatar, which I'm not exactly thrilled about because Avatar is already one of my higher level people and I want to give a buff to my lower level people, but it's all good. Now, Sylvius already has a gold accuracy ring, which makes me want to not give him the Onyx charm. But the Onyx charm is purely defensive. We're talking magic resistance. I don't believe that will resist fireballs and stuff like that. What that will resist is things like kill spells or ice bolts. In which case, anybody I give an Onyx charm to, we're talking essentially, for the most part, magic attacks are single hit targets. Anything else is usually like ice for multi-damage or fire for multi-damage. So we're looking at a 1 in 6 chance of one of these attacks hitting one of my people. I'm thinking I want to put this on Komodo. And the reason why I say that is because Komodo currently has the lowest HP. And Komodo is also like a major person on the battlefield, so I don't want him to just get whacked with a kill spell and then have to take him out of the fight. Or maybe I want to put it on Cardio or Jill. This is tough, actually. Because now I'm thinking about this. This is tough. Now, I'm going to give it to Komodo. I think, to be honest, it would have been fine on anybody. Now, we can't pot gauntlets on any of our spellcasters because I believe they interfere with, well, also because there's something else we want to put on our spellcasters, which are called Micah's gloves. I want to just check and make sure the silver necklace does nothing. Yes, it does nothing. So, giant gauntlets on Sylvius. And now here's the annoying part. Whoops, that was not the button I meant to push. I meant to do this button. This button. 800 is enough that I could buy something cool, but possibly, yeah. Like grabbing that magic great mace, for instance, would have been kind of cool. All right, we're gonna just leave with our 872 gold. This video is actually already kind of long, so we're just gonna end it here. I'm not gonna get to the place I was going to. We'll do that at the next one. This video is also a massive file size at this point, 4.5 gigs. Alright, people. So that's it for me. As always, like, favorite, comment, subscribe. Check me out on that Patreon, Twitter, and Facebook and stuff. And I will see you folks on Thursday, I think? Thursday. I'll see you guys.